There was a time when the Spartans almost betrayed the Athenians, and one man saved the Athenians, and the Athenians never knew about it. Now, in the previous video, I told you that there was a time Mardonius sent someone to talk to Athenians and tell them that the Persians were willing to forgive them for whatever they had done to them, and also to give them their land back, and also to enable them to acquire more land. And the Athenians had invited the Spartans to come and listen to this, and then the Athenians had basically told the ambassador, the messenger, that that was not going to work. There was no way that the Athenians were going to abandon the other Greeks now. But what the Athenians didn't know, the other Greeks, and in particular the Spartans, were not as committed to this alliance as they were. And when that had happened, the Spartans went back home, and then Mardonius got this information. Mardonius started coming now to Athens with an army, and he comes to Athens, and in fact, he comes and the Athenians have to run away. And during all these times, the other Greeks are not coming to help them. And the Athenians run to Salamis, they move there, and Mardonius comes and takes over the city of Athens. Now, while the Athenians are Salamis, they are wondering why are the other Athenians not coming to their help. And they send messengers to Sparta. These messengers go to Sparta, and they they talk to the Spartan, it's called the Ephos, which I guess was something like a parliament or something of that kind. And they tell them, the Athenians have sent us to you, the king of the Medes offers to give us back our country and wishes to conclude a land. So they tell them, you see, the Persians are willing to forgive us and to give us back our city and even enable us to get more land, but we chose not to accept that. But now we are bewildered that you people are not coming to our rescue. Like now we told Mardonius no, and now he's conquered our city, and you people are doing nothing about it. The Spartans didn't give them the information. They told them, we're going to tell you tomorrow. We're going to give you our answer tomorrow. And that tomorrow came, and they told them, we're going to give you our answer tomorrow. So they kept on pushing this, and this ambassador is just there waiting and waiting. What they didn't know is that the Spartans were having some kind of celebration. Of course, they saw that, but what they didn't know is that the Spartans had become confident that even if the Athenians joined the Persians now, there is nothing that could have happened to them. And that is because all along they had been building a wall to protect themselves. And this wall was now almost complete. And because the wall was now almost complete, they were so confident that even if they don't go help the Athenians and the Athenians decide to join the Persians, they could not now attack them. The reason they had previously gone to Athens to prevent the Athenians from forming an alliance with the Persians, because the wall had just started being built. Like they were vulnerable. But now they felt they were not vulnerable, so they didn't feel the need to talk nicely to the Athenians or to give them. So they kept on telling these ambassadors, we'll give you our message, our reply tomorrow. So this went on for a few days. It is until a certain guy who was not even a Spartan, Herodotus tells us that he was a Tegean, but he lived in Sparta, but he was a very respected individual. He was a very wise guy. This guy heard about what was going on with the Athenian ambassadors in town, and nobody was giving them attention really, and what their concerns were. This guy's name was Chilius or Chilius. Now Chilius goes to the Ephos, this council, and he decides to talk to them. And he's like, I want to tell you something. And he's like, I've heard about the Athenians, the guys who have come here, the ambassadors are here, and I have heard of what they are looking for. I also know that the Persians have taken over their city, and they want you people to go and help them. But I understand that you people are not in the mood. You are not interested, but you are not even telling them that. You are avoiding to give them that answer. And he's like, I understand you people are confident because you feel like the wall is going to protect Sparta, but I'm here to tell you that if the Athenians join the Persians, that wall is not going to help you. And he illustrates to them what is going to happen, and he tells them There are so many other ways that these people are going to conquer Sparta, even with a wall in place. Don't be so confident about the wall, because the better wall to have is to have the Athenians as your allies. But if you are going to put all your hope in this physical wall you are building, then you are making a big mistake. And the Air Force listen to this guy, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, this is what they do. They don't go and tell them Athenian ambassadors that we've decided we're going to help you. I think they felt like if they do that, they might what do you call, betray what they were doing. So what they do is they go and they send Spartan army to go without informing these ambassadors. So then they tell these ambassadors the next day, come, we give you our reply. And these ambassadors go and they're like, we stood with you, you people are abandoning us. They make all these complaints, of course, and at the end of it, the Spartans tell them, you know what? The army left yesterday. They are near Athens, and you people are here complaining. And these people are confused. What do you mean? And in fact, they make inquiries and they find out, yes, indeed, the Spartans already sent an army to go before them. And so they rush from there because now they want to be the first one to reach Salamis and inform the Athenians about this development before the Spartan army reaches there. And now the Athenians, according to what Herodotus describes in the book, the Athenians never got to know that the Spartans had earlier decided to not support them, to betray them, basically.